See, there's a scripture. How can you take the straw out of your brother's eye when you have a rafter in yours? Now, if you understand what that scripture is saying, that means that on one hand, I cannot fix anyone because I got a big old blockage in my vision. And my blockage is I'm still trying to get it right for myself. I can't see around my own issues. So any information I'm giving you is going to be incomplete. It's not going to be consistent with what you need. That's why I always say the best answer I can give you, go within. Study the words yourself. Read things yourself to kind of give you enhancement. I read stuff like Reverend Ike stuff to remind me of my power. Because sometimes I'll forget. I'll get lost. And stuff like this bring me back. I'll read these things over and over again. I'll listen to the same recordings over and over again. There are no excuses why you can't succeed, why you can't get it done. There are no excuses. I don't want to hear I got so much to do. You got so many other things to do other than work for your success. People literally will make an excuse not to be successful. They will. They will find every way not to make something happen. I don't know how many excuses I had. No, hey, you could do this. Oh, I got so much to do. I got this job that I'm working at. And job. So you make an excuse to be a slave. You rather be a slave than make something happen for yourself and your family outside of clocking in and out. Y'all want to know what's really going on out here? Y'all really want me to say the truth about the very existence that 80% of the population is living? Just like they got free-range chickens, we got free-range slaves. You know that, right? Free-range slave. Let me explain it. You got to get a passport to even leave the country, and you can only go to the places they tell you can go. That accepts that passport. That's number one. Number two, most people have jobs. And if you want to keep that job, you got to clock in when they say, clock out when they say, take a break when they say, take a vacation when they say. And you get a couple of sick days per year and some personal time. They give you some of that as a concession for you giving them credit of your time. Like you come to work, you work for 2 weeks, then they pay you. Some people, y'all work for a whole month and don't get paid. But you giving them all that free work credit of your hours until you get that one check. Why do they give you a check once a month? Because it's cheaper for them to cut a check. The accounting is cheaper. It's convenient for them to pay you once a month. Stack up all your money, stack up all your credit with them. It's convenient. It's not for your benefit, it's for theirs. You working for them is for their benefit, not for yours. You think you're getting something out of it, and they're paying you fractions of what they're earning. See, they looking to make millions. You looking to make hundreds. So as old as you are, how long you've been dealing with these situations, there are no excuses why you can't succeed. Because if you could work hard and be under that type of scrutiny and be a free-range slave, you can be free, set yourself free, because no one's forcing you to do any of that, and go start something on your own. You can do that, but why won't you do it? You have to go through something to accomplish something. Say it again. You have to go through something to accomplish something. Unfortunately, a lot of people are not willing to go through something to accomplish something. It's too hard. That's too much. I hear people say it all the time. Man, that stuff you do, I couldn't do that. Working that hard and making all those phone calls, get those loads. I can't do it. That's too much. Basically, what they're saying, it's easier for them to go work for somebody and be told what to do. That's what's easy. I think they just be talking when they say that. They don't really understand what they're saying. It's like Christ said when they had him up there crucifying him, and he said, forgive them, Father. They know not what they do. And I'll say to that, forgive them, Father. They know not what they say. They don't know the consequences of their very words. They don't know. It's that simple. Do you realize that you're receiving your reward of every word that you utter out of your mouth? There's a saying in the church, power of life and death is in the tongue. And that is very true. The power of life and death is in your tongue. The power of success and failure is in your tongue, in the words you utter. Not just the words you utter, the words you think. Because the thinking of the words come before you actually speak it. You have to double down on it, meaning you have to contract with the word before you speak it, right? You think about it, hey, this is what I'm thinking, and you speak it. You think about it, then you decide to speak it. You create a contract with your consciousness. Oh, I accept what this is as the truth, and I'm going to speak it now so that I can solidify it and see that it comes forth. and that static are being sacrificed. And that's if your stuff's not available, they can't hear it. Sometimes you got to feel your way through the dark, and I struggled all the way up into the minute. Peace, prosperity, and extreme wealth to all you guys.
This is Hindsight Radio. I represent it. The information station changing the nation.
Peace, prosperity, extreme wealth to everyone. This Sunday morning, June 23rd, 2024. Man, I mean, the month's gone. 6 more days, 6 days of this month left? It just goes by. And knowing that the days are just going by, that they're just going to keep moving to one situation to the next. How about you take control of that? Not just allow the days to just go by. Well, Akeem, I'm not letting the days go by. Are you not doing that? Every time you do something away from the goal or the thing you promised yourself you would get done this year, the success that you say you wanted, and you do something that is not moving in the direction of that thing you said you wanted to do or accomplish on those New Year resolutions that you made, yes, you're letting the days go by. You're letting the moments go by. And let me remind you that time is an illusion. We are living in infinite nows. You have infinite moments of this moment. You have infinite nows. Everything happens all at once right now. Right now, somebody is sleeping. Right now, someone's eating breakfast. Right now, someone's reading a book. Right now, somebody's watching TV. Right now, somebody's walking their dog. And right now, I'm talking to you. And right now, you're listening to me. There's nothing else. There's no other reality but right now. Well, let me correct that. The only real reality is right now. All of the other realities, like the things you think about what you did in the past, the things you think about that you want to do, those are what you call illusionary realities, things you can't exist in. You can only meditate and think on them, but you don't exist in those times. You exist right now. So that means right now you can make a choice to either keep losing at that challenge of you making your life better, or win at the challenge of making your life better. And let me also remind you, it might sound like I'm contradicting myself, but even when it seems like you're losing, you are winning. Because in the things that we think are bad for us or not no good for us, there is an answer. There is a solution. There's always an answer in anything. I tell you one thing, the most trying thing that you would ever go through will be your biggest triumph. That will be your biggest victory. You do realize that most people don't do anything unless they're challenged or they have an extreme circumstance that happens to them. So extreme change of events that really pushes them to the point of making a change. Yeah. I can say that with my own life. Was meeting a lot of challenges. I was meeting a lot of challenges at home, my personal life, my marriage, meeting a lot of challenges. I mean, at the point where I was ready to give up. But at the most hardest time of dealing with it, the answer came. The answer always comes. See, sometimes we create all kind of mental projections of what we think something should be or how it shouldn't be. But think about that most trying thing that you go through. If it wasn't that bad as you would interpret it, if it wasn't that bad, would you be a better person today? So that means you have to be thankful for that trying time. You have to be thankful. You have to look back and say, man, because what it did for me was it made me rethink how I was doing things, how I was coming across it, what I was saying, what I was thinking. Not so much focusing on her, but focused on me. And I started to see, okay, well, what about this? See, this is where it takes spiritual maturity, where when you're in a difficult situation with anyone, you have to start looking at yourself and asking yourself, where can you improve? Where can you say something differently that can get a different result? Because some of us walk around, even including myself, thinking we're saying everything like we should say. like we're perfect. Hey, I said it this way, I didn't say it. No, sometimes we don't come across and communicate properly. And through that caused her and I to sit down and really examine our conversations and say, okay, well, this is how you're interpreting it, but this is what I really meant. And then we realized that we had to work on our verbal communication skills, which made things almost instantly better. When we say, okay, because now you're actually studying your situation. And see, and that's what it takes. You have to study your situation to make anything better. You have to learn your situation. You can't just walk around with the assumptions like you have all the answers or you did something wrong or right, and that person is totally wrong. It's two people makes things wrong. And then you got to realize, wait a minute, what's in my consciousness that's causing me to generate and see all of these things? So if you're dealing with something very difficult, the answer is improve yourself, improve your thinking, change the way you view that. Stop looking at it as a bad thing, because if you look at anything as a bad thing, it's going to continue to haunt you and visit you in a bad way. And remember, all reality, all physical matter comes from the mind. Everything you see, everything that's been created came from a thought, an idea. Your relationship, the condition of it came from an idea that you have about it, that you perceive about it. Your visions of how you see people come from how you see that person. And it may not be accurate. I would venture to say that most of it is inaccurate. Very little of it is based on truth. Because we like to make assumptions, presumptions, and we run with it without seeing the whole detail. That's how we are. What was the title of I'll be inspired to write titles and I forget what the title is. Somebody type out the title because I don't have time to go. Let me see. Use my phone. I think it had something to do with the mind. I get inspired and I just create the title. Hang on. Let me find mine. I know you guys, this is on a delay. Let's see. My videos. Live. I hate looking at it on my phone because my phone seems to be delayed. That's how I know they messing with videos, because my phone is always delayed in showing what's up. Somebody give me the title. think I had something to, because I have a couple of scriptures I want to read. I just kind of ran into something and started talking. And while I'm looking for this, if you were listening when I first played that clip, that was Alan Watts talking about how the church and the judicial system are created basically the same way. So let's go to my channel. The economy of your mind. Yes, that's it. Right. The economy of your mind. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. And that goes to my new set of teachings, or expanded set of teachings on what I've already taught about how we really need to separate our everything from the government, because it's created as a religious organization. It's modeled after it. I mean, before I go into the economy of your mind, let me go and replay the the uh the clip. It was back here a little bit. Let me just replay it so y'all could hear it. So he's telling you right there. That's I think that was done back in the 70s, I believe. I'm not sure. I gotta go back and look at the beginning. The lady says when she records all of that stuff. These all his recordings. So when you deal with any court system, you're dealing with a religious organization. So this is why we're losing, because we're not bringing our God into the court that they don't have jurisdiction over. And I don't have time to expand on that right now, but I'll do that on Tuesday. I'll expand. I got a whole series of information to teach. I don't think I did a show Tuesday. Got a little busy. There's a big transition going on with the trucking company, so we're in the middle of that, and vacation is coming up. From July 7th on until like July 24th, because we're going on my business partner. He's getting married on the 8th of July, so I'll be officiating that. Then we going on a cruise for 8 days. Right, the next day we jumping on a boat. Then right after that, I'm getting on. Right after I get off the cruise, this is how blessed your life is when you see no limitations on yourself. And I'm not saying this to brag, because you can do this and more. You can be able to do this and more. And this is why I teach this, because I want you to do more. Like, there's people right now, they created channels. Corinne created her channel. She's on her own. I've been watching her channel grow since she went on her own. Her channel has grown tremendously in a short amount of time. Why? Because she's consistent. See, all of you people, all of the people that I've encouraged to start channels, congratulations to you. You're doing great. Do not think for a minute that I'm not watching what you do. I'm paying attention, clearly. I see it. And how I know what you do, because it comes across my feed all the time. Like cringe stuff comes across my feed multiple times a day, especially on TikTok. So I want everyone to be successful, and you could do this. So we going on this cruise, 8 days on a cruise. Then right after that, I'm taking an 8-hour flight. As soon as I get off from that boat, heading straight to another flight, going to Portugal. Me, a family trip. That'll be me, Beth, Lauren, Rachel, and Sammy. The whole family. We all going on this trip till I think like July 24th. So I may not be doing. Uh, Somebody said they can't hear me. How's that? How is that? Can you hear me now? Some people say that. Looks like everything's working good on my end. Somebody said they barely heard nothing. Did anyone hear? Someone said they didn't hear that clip. So what you said, you didn't hear the clip? So it was very low. Indie Circus said that's better. Okay, I turned my mic up. I'm gonna play the clip. Someone was it that yeah, my mic was down low for some reason. I don't know. I turned it up so you guys can get a better hear. Every time this app updates, it does something to the settings. So all right, perfect. Everybody said it's perfect. But did y'all hear the clip that I played with him talking about the church? Yeah, they did. Okay, good. All right. Well, yeah, so I think the 24th we're gonna go visit Portugal. Because actually, with all of the things we're thinking about actually purchasing property outside the country, even may not even live here anymore in the States. Shoot, things are getting a little shaky. Who knows? But that's what we're doing. But see, I'm saying that to say this: you could do the same thing. The only reason why you may not be doing these things because your consciousness has not accepted the fact that you can do them. And that's why I'm talking about the economy of the mind. Because how you're living, what you're doing, what you're finding yourself doing on a daily basis, or how you're living is based off the economy of your mind. So ask yourself this question. And this is a direct question. Somebody said they didn't hear the clip. A couple of people, some people said they could, and some people said yes. I don't know. I don't know. So ask yourself a question. Looking at, just take time this minute right now. Look at your situation. I'm sure most people listening to me, the only reason why you're listening to me because you want something different. You want something better. You want to feel better about yourself. You want to feel better about your life. You want to feel better about your life. You want to feel better about work, whatever that is, right? So there's always room for improvement or being better. So look at your situation and look at how it is and ask yourself a question. My current situation, why is it this way? Why is it now, if you're answering that question saying, well, because I have this bad job, because I can't do this, you saying a bunch of I can'ts and blaming reasons outside of you, things outside of you, then you are looking in the wrong direction. And that's why this situation is the way it is. Because the first place you need to check is your thought process. How do I view money? What do I think? What do I think is a lot of money? What do I believe to be a lot of money? I was talking to someone the other day and we were talking about money. Well, we weren't talking about money, but it came up. And I said, well, I said something to the effect, well, $22,000 is not a lot of money. And their reply back to me was, oh, to you, of course, the way you make money, it's not a lot of money. for you. What I didn't see. Let me explain something. This person did not invite me to help them change their money consciousness. So I didn't even attempt to try to change it. I just kept the conversation moving forward the way it was. I left him where he was. Because remember the saying, you must meet people where they're at. He wasn't ready to hear that teaching. Maybe somewhere in the future he will be. But at that moment, in that time, I left him alone. I let him have his thoughts. I let him be free to think whatever he wanted to be without me interfering. And once you get to a certain level of this consciousness, you will know when to talk and when not to talk. That was not a time. He said to me, yeah, based on you, $20,000, the way you living. Now he doesn't know what my bank account looks like. But the way I carry myself like I am a wealthy man. Because I am a wealthy man. I am. And if you're not carrying yourself like you're wealthy, I don't care what your bank account says. I don't care what your yearly salary is or your hourly. I don't care about that. That doesn't mean anything to me. It doesn't even mean anything to God. It only means something to you because you created this idea of what you have and what you don't have. Because I carry myself looking wealthy. Not that I put on fancy clothes and stuff. No, I just carry myself with the energy of wealth. My economy, my thinking is unlimited. I could take as many vacations as I want. I can do this. I have an unlimited supply of finances and money coming in that will take care of me and supply my needs. There is nothing that can stand in the way of that but me in my mind. There's nothing outside of me that can do that but my thoughts, my thinking on what wealth is. And I know he's always talking about money. Yes, I do. Yes, I'm sorry. If that offends you, me talking about money and wealth and prosperity and stuff like that, I'm sorry. And if you want to talk about impoverished things, there's plenty of other channels that do that, and they'll be happy to have you hit that subscribe button. So if talking about money is a problem for you, politely, and I'm asking you politely, I don't want to offend you. I'm not trying to. Go find a channel that talks about that poverty ideas that you have. But over here, we talk about wealth, and not just wealth in money, wealth in your spirit, wealth in your love, your compassion, just wealth overall, having abundance of all of that. Because yes, you can have it all. You can have heaven right here, right now, just with a thought. And all you have to say, I am in heaven. And you have to not only just say, I am in heaven, you have to describe what that heaven is. What does it look like? What are you contracting with? What does your heaven look like? This all has to do with the economy of your mind. So when this gentleman said this to me, that tells me instantly that he doesn't see himself. He sees me wealthy, but he isn't wealthy. Why does he have that mindset? Why does he have that? He has that mindset because wealth to him is what someone else can have and not him. He, in his economy of his mind, he's going to live paycheck to paycheck. I don't have this. I don't have that. I don't have that kind of money you got. See, it's like what Reverend Ike says. He says most people see other wealth in other people, but can never realize it or conceptualize it for themselves. They never see it for themselves. And this is in this. Do y'all realize how simple this issue is? And it can be fixed right now. It doesn't have to wait until tomorrow to be fixed. All you have to do is right now get into the practice of thinking of yourself as a very wealthy, healthy, spiritual, loving being right now. Just have that thought. And if you need to write it down all over the house, write that down. Look at yourself as being a powerful, divine being. Change the images in your mind and watch how the world will transform instantly. Doesn't take hours, days. It will transform. All you have to do is get into the feeling of it, knowing of it, the belief of it. This is why you had these healers back in the day. People would actually get healed by the thoughts in their mind because they believed this preacher was a healer. They went there, Remember, all of these churches, priests, ministers, even myself, are just totems. It's things we look at and say, I can be in the midst of this person and I can get healed of whatever situation I'm in. Y'all remember the story of the woman with the blood issue. She never talked to Christ. She just said, if I get near this guy, I touch him, I'm going to be healed. But if she had the belief that just I believe from over here, because in the Bible, there was many examples. People got healed by his touching, talking, and people got healed from a distance. Like the man who went up to him and said, hey, my daughter's sick. Can you fix her? Can you help her? And he said, by your faith, she's healed. Right? Remember the story? He was like, well, he said, you being the man that you are, the divine Son of God, you will be able to heal her from here. He said, this man has more faith than all of Judea, something like that. Because what was the example in that? Because the man just had an idea that if I just go and ask him to heal her from here, she'd be healed. But if you look really deep in that, he could have got her healed without leaving his home. See, too many times, Christ is just the totem. That Christ image that we look at or have been taught about is just a totem or just a reminder, a signpost of our own power. That we can do exactly and more than what he showed as an example in the Bible. So you don't have to leave your home and go to a church to get healed. You don't have to go read a book to get healed. You don't have to say some special prayer to get healed. All you have to do is know, and it'll be. That's it. And you have to stay on that. Focus on it. Be consistent and watch it change. Watch it. If it's a health issue, watch your health get better. Know I'm healed. And know that without a doubt. Don't doubt. Don't allow people, you got to go to the doctor said this. See, doctors are totems too. They are, and this is why the society created this, because God made this world so perfect that we don't need doctors. All we have to do is go find that herb in the field to heal ourselves. Find the food, the nutrition. See, this system works perfectly. This religious order that we're living under works so perfectly that it creates a nutritional program that's going to get your body out of balance, away from God. Y'all do know when we follow these people's instructions, we're following their religious instructions. It's that deep. But they have you thinking that it's all separated. It's not the same. It is the same. You follow their nutritional guidelines. And I'm going to give you an example of that. That is this example was in the Bible. Follow their nutritional guidelines that which leads you to where? To their medical institutions to get fixed from eating the diet that they told you to eat. See how it works? It all works together. The educational system, what is it for? It's designed to send you right to the very institutions that are governed and guided and controlled by the government, so that you can do what? Pay the taxes back into the system. Everything this system does is designed to bring you right back to them for answers. And God's government is created the same way. Everything it's how it's created is will bring you right back to it for your peace and prosperity. This is why you have to get out and separate. You got to become a part of your spiritual organization and not theirs. Their man-made organization. I was looking up let's see. And I got to tell you guys, this week was a rough week for me when it came to just staying focused. I was going to read Jeremiah 29:11, and it says, "For I know your plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." See, there God says, you trust in him, you're going to prosper. See, the Bible is a way of life. The Quran, a way of life. The Torah, a way of life. A way of living outside of the plans of man. And then what was the other scripture I was going to read? Jeremiah 17. Cursed is the one who trusts in man, who draws strength from mere flesh, and whose heart turns away from the Lord. See, when you're trusting in them, you become cursed. All of these guidelines they gave us led us right where? Right? Education led us right to a place where we have to go get jobs and make other people rich. And it's so bad that you make your money, they take your money right off the top. Take the cream right off the top. They get theirs first, and they didn't work a day on that job. That's criminal. But see, they got people programmed. You got to do this. This is required of you. And mostly people never read laws. They didn't read anything, and they don't want to know anything. I made a mistake trying to show someone this that wasn't ready, and they rejected me, and I was crazy. I even said to me, people coming, you get advice, and they're getting bad. You already know a lot of people take my advice, and they living better than they ever lived before. But see, when they're stuck on that side of that matrix, they can't see anything. They become an agent for the matrix. They become a advertiser, a promoter, a marketeer for that system. And you become the enemy because you're teaching self-sufficiency, thinking for yourself, reading. If you're going to do something, at least know what you're doing. That's all I teach, right? If you're going to do something, know the rules. None of what I teach you goes against any rules. It just says these are the rules. This is why you do it. But when you come off, and and I got to go in on this one too. This is a person who's retired. They're retired and they feel like they've accomplished something. And they have, according to, what did I say? Man's rules? Not God's rules. According to man's rules, they followed all of man's rules and they're getting all of the rewards of man's rules, which is called a fixed income. And they kept saying this fixed income. They said it so much, I don't even conversate with this person anymore. I stopped. Because you keep listening to people talk about fixed income, your income is going to be fixed. So you cannot say you are from God and talk about fixed incomes. Because God comes from what? An unlimited income, an unlimited lifestyle. See, let me tell y'all something. It ain't really all about the money for you to have a great lifestyle. Because I know people that don't make lots and lots of money a year, but they still able to take vacations, live and do things like wealthy folks. Why? Because their mindset says they're wealthy. And their wealth is in being able to do certain things. See, you have to determine what your wealth is and what it will be. And that means writing it down. It's called, someone taught me this. It's called your pillars. What are your pillars in your life? Like, my pillars in my life is what? This show that I do. That's a pillar, right? My other pillars are family, wife, children. Um, what else? What's my other pillars? My other pillar, playing my guitar. Now, once you have your pillars written out, you have to say, okay, what do you want that to look like in 5 years? How do you want that? See, this is the type of planning you have to do. You have to write these things down and envision them. How do you want this to be? Really, I shouldn't even say 5 years. That's how they teach it. I I repeat it's how they teach it. I'm gonna change that. How do you want that to look right now? See, I was taught that. Oh, see, even in some of these great teachings in some places, they got great information, but we gotta really be careful because they stick subtle information that will got you keeping your mind off of this moment. So really, you want to write down, how do I want, say if it's your finances, how do I want my money to look, my finances to look right now? And then you write that down and look at that every day. This is what this is, and you have to write it like it's already that way. Like it's already taken care of. Like if you say you want millions, okay, I got millions. Right now, I have so many millions of dollars. Oh, you're fantasizing. Yes, you are. You're fantasizing with an extra dose of belief that it's real. If you know that this is real, this is not wishful thinking. This will happen for you. What else you got to lose? Really, I tell you what you have to lose. You have to lose those negative thoughts. That's what you'll lose when you do that. You'll lose the negative thoughts of not having, living in this constant state of poverty and lack, and thinking you can't do something, you can't have this, you can't have that. You'll lose that. That's what you want to lose, right? That's a good loss. Losing all the negative and I can't and this ain't working, all of that, letting all of that go. That's what you're losing. That's what you have to lose. For anything great to come into your life, you have to lose something. You have to let go of something. Some of you got to let go of some of these conversations you're having with people. Some of you have to let go of some of these relatives that you're trying to help and they're dragging you down. They don't have the same mindset you. You really have to get to go into a place of solitude, almost, and that can be a tough thing to do for some of you because you have close ties with your family. I'm not saying cast them out. What I'm saying, you have to mentally say, okay, this person's not ready, but I got to keep moving and keep them at a distance and let them watch you prosper as you move on. All right. What time is it? 10:46. I gotta get up. I gotta go travel to um South Carolina today because my pops ended up in the hospital yesterday. So I gotta go check on him. So The economy of your mind is what's going to determine your wealth. How much wealth, how much you have. And not just wealth on money, just wealth in everything. What is your mind? What is your mind focused on all the time? Are you focused on how things are not working, or are you focused on, hey, this is working, man, this is great, this is working? Even when it's tough, you have to still stay consistently positive. Stay away from the trick that, hey man, this is messed up, this is no good. Stay away from that's the trick, because that's what's going to take you down that path of loss. So with that being said, let's see what's going on. Let's see. There's a lot of new names up here I'm noticing. Lakin, Apo, much light. Said that to the bro. Much light to all, peace to the gods. Thank you. Hindsight Radio has always says peace, prosperity, and wealth to all. In La Vida, peace to all. That's a regular. Indie Circle Ministry says peace, my brother. Omael says peace, Hakeem. The David Mott, peace, my brother Hakeem. Peace back to you. Kekna says peace to all. Gerald Reynoso. Good morning. Good morning to you. Um, Son of True King said, greetings, Hakeem. It would be awesome if you do shows with awesome backdrop views and upload them at a time. It would be inspiring for all of us. Backdrop views. You got to tell what is, when you say backdrop views, you got to teach me. What is that? Awesome backdrop views. Give me a description of what you're talking about so I know where to tell my guy. Javier Abelez, peace and prosperity, my brother. Hey, y'all might be hearing a lot from him shortly. By your faith, not this faith. By his faith. By your faith, not his faith. Good. I like that. That's true, because when Christ healed, he was always by their faith. He said, by your faith, you're healed. By your belief, you're healed. He says, we're also getting ready to make a secondary gaming channel with my brothers. Wow, that's good. Good. I like that. I like that. Keep it moving. I'm actually about to make another channel. And this channel is mainly gonna be about I don't know if it's gonna be a mix of history, and y'all see. If y'all get on my TikTok, I do these morning walks with my dog, and I just show the road, the path we take. I might be able to find that let me see if I can find it. Show y'all kind of what I be doing on the camera's kind of jittery, so I'll show y'all this one. I think this is one. Y'all can kind of see the road. I got to get one of those stabilizers because I'm kind of holding the camera. Hold on. I need a son of the one true king. Let me know what you're talking about backdrop. While this is loading up so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Tell me what y'all think. Should I do more of these? Once it downloads, I'll be able to play it. Of course, it moves in backdrops. Oh, mountain range views, ocean views, and upload as a short. Oh, okay. I thought that's what you were saying, but I wanted to be sure. Okay. I'll tell him I got to do backdrops for me. I'll tell him to do that. I'll send him instructions. Y'all start seeing that. Thank you. And if y'all need a guy that could just make your clips for you, he charges $5 an hour. He's a guy, someone I hired out of the Philippines. He does all of those little clips you see. He's done them. He's did that. I think that's a good idea that you just had. Okay, let's open this one. I'm gonna let y'all see this one little. I think this was my first video. Leo, what's up? Come on. Yay. All right, everybody. What's up? Peace. Akeem. Hindsight Radio. I'm out for my morning walk with Leo. There he is. Just Leo and I. I like to walk in these woods behind the neighborhood where I live. It's a nice path. When I get out here, I get a lot of good ideas. I try not to bring my phone, but last time I was here, I said I would bring my phone and just kind of record what I was doing. Come on, Leo. Hey, it's June. It's what, middle of June, a little past the middle of June. You know, half the year's gone. You know, those of you who do that New Year ritual with me, we made a lot of commitments to this year to be successful. I hope, I know that a lot of you are getting those things done. So congratulations to you. Give yourself a, come on, Leo. Give yourself some congratulations that you have stuck with it. You may think that you're not as far as you want to be, but I'll tell you this, you are as far as you should be. See, it takes little steps at a time to get far. Just one step at a time. You know, this walk that I do is probably a couple of miles, maybe a mile and a half, maybe, behind my neighborhood here. And before I used to walk the dog, just walk around the little park we have and then go back in. But then I discovered this trail. I said, man, this is a long walk. But it's not long when you're just meditating on things that that you're trying to accomplish. So what I'm saying is it just takes one step at a time to go the distance. One step at a time. Just think of something you need to get done today and get it done. And, you know, you need to get on the schedule, too. You know, I say that all the time, and I make a schedule, and I don't keep to it a lot of times. Why? Because I'm in the habit of not keeping the schedule. So this next half of the year, my focus is going to be on keeping my schedules 100%. That's going to be my focus. And that's what it's going to take. Take one thing and stick with that. And as you build those habits, come on, Leo. As you build those habits, what's going to happen is you're going to be building upon habits at a time. And next thing you know, you're going to have strong habits that's going to keep you successful. So stay encouraged. And those of you who have made commitments and didn't do anything, well, it's not too late. The year's not over. Don't beat yourself up. And just get started right now. You watching this video? If you watch this video, pick one thing that you can get done. Spend 10 minutes on it. See, a lot of times what hurts us in our progress is we try to do too much at once, or we try to do a long time on that one thing. You don't have to do hours. Just do 10 minutes, 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, then 15, then 20. Just do that. All right? Your prosperity is right around the corner. Right around the corner. Oh, they came in.
graded this area. I haven't never been past this part because the grass was so high. So we're gonna venture a little bit further in. Yeah, just keep doing it. Listen, no one has really told you who you really are, and I'm here to tell you, you are God's child. That means, therefore, you are God, and you are the master. This is the scenery. Oh, they graded this whole thing back here. See, now there's no houses back here. There's a different energy. It's pure nature. You are pure. Come on, power. You are God's child. You're a divinity. You're everything that is good. There's nothing wrong with you. Everything is right. This world has taught you there's something wrong and you need to be fixed. Yeah, that was the fix. Telling you something was wrong with you. That was the fix. It tricked you to thinking something was wrong with you. Now all you gotta do is just think everything's right, and guess what? Everything right is gonna be drawn to you. The power of God will be lifted up in you because God is in you. He's not in the sky somewhere for you to look for. God is in you. That's where he resides. Once you recognize the God and the Christ in you, that's when all your power returns. And that can happen right now. Peace, prosperity, and extreme wealth to everyone. Peace.
Excuse me. What do y'all think of that? Tell me. Any ideas? Indie Circle, I'll give you his information. I have his WhatsApp contact. Let me see if I can pull up WhatsApp. I gotta get off my phone. Oh, I wanted to put the link in there so everybody can have it. But it won't let me do it for some reason. Let's see, what is this saying here? Oh, they want me to update the app first before I do it. See if I can update it real quick so everybody can get it. So, what did y'all think of that clip I just showed? Think I should do more of that? I already know what I'm gonna do because the Spirit of God told me what to do. I just want to see what y'all think. Let's see if I can update. And Lavita said they loved it. In Lavita, I was trying to find your channel so I can make sure that I'm subscribed because I'm not getting any notifications from your channel. Like I'm looking at Corinne's channel. I'm gonna share her channel right now. And she's already got 108 subscribers. And in YouTube world, that may not be a lot, but she just started, and that's great. We gotta we gotta get away from, let's see, share. Oh, this is her channel. See, 108 subscribers. Now that keep going. 108. It's been only a couple of months. You times that by, if she get that many subscribers in 6 months, I think she's only been doing like 2 months, right? She'll have a nice size subscribers. So that's all it takes. Just consistency. Somebody said they love it. Beautiful out there, inspiring message. Thank you. I did another one that's a little longer. I'm gonna take all of those, send them to my guy, have him clean them up, and then I'll upload them. See, these ideas, like when you out and you do things, you just get these. I didn't think about recording, but I was walking the dog. I was doing it mainly for my exercise, and that so the dog could really let loose some energy. So you notice I don't keep him on a leash out there. So give him some freedom. There was a clip out there that where there was a deer that confronted us. I might be able to see let me see if I can find that one. Let's get y'all to see that one. Photos. I think it's this one. It's gonna take a while for that download. Maybe I'll show y'all like that. I learned that the YouTube algorithm wants to see the man's face as a way to get more and more attention from the audience. This is the reason why we are starting our gaming channel. Oh, good information. That's good. I like that. That information. Trying to see. Like we were walking and the deer showed up and we just kind of stood there and watched us. What time is it? Yeah, I gotta get moving. Oh. So what I'll do, I'll probably show y'all the other clip next time. I'm gonna leave y'all with this information. What I was trying to hopefully I'll get you that information in the circle. I'll get that for you. I'll text it to you. All right. Hey, thanks for tuning in this Sunday. Keep up the good work. Stay inspired. Jared Reynoso says this. I was an avid hiker years ago, missing that lifestyle lately. Inspirational, bro. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, thank you for I'll keep that going then. I use picture of the plants and flowers I grow for my backdrop. Oh, cool. Son of the True King said, yes, looks good. What we have learned on Road Warriors channel is that the algorithm likes to see the man on the picture, though the message is good. Okay. I don't know. I just thought that I'll show my face here and there. I'll show. But I just I thought me talking and you guys look at that scenery was great. You know, algorithms. Guess what? I'm gonna make my own economy. But I'll show my face at first and then flip it. I'll do that. How about that? Or side by side, do some type of side by side thing. Hopefully I can do that. But with that being said, I want to tell you guys peace, prosperity, and extreme wealth to all. And have a great rest of your day, a great rest of your week. I'll talk to you on Tuesday. It is clear that there is no true success in working for someone. There's no true generational wealth building in having a job, a 9 to 5. If you're okay with just the paycheck and just taking care of no generational wealth, no passing things on to the generation, then the job is perfect for you. It's the perfect deal. If you're okay with being in a position where you hate to get up every morning and you're living for the weekend and you got to budget your paycheck so you don't run out of money until your next paycheck, if that's okay with you, then the job is perfect for you. Go for it. But I could put money on it. 99.9% of people listening to me do not like their job that they're going to. But yet, you negatively repeat that process daily. You get up in the morning, man, I don't want to be here today. See that negative reinforcement? Man, can't wait for the weekend, man. Man, I hate that. If it wasn't for, man, if I ain't had these bills to pay, I wouldn't even do this. I wouldn't even put up with that ignorant ass boss that I got. Man, if I could just hit the lottery, man, I'd go in there and piss on their desk and leave. If I could just hit the lottery. See that? See that repetition? But we consider that wrong. The world considers that to be wrong. The world considers that to be okay, but God didn't say that was okay. He said, have dominion. And think about repetition. What is repetition? It said, have dominion and be fruitful and multiply. To repeatedly multiply. To multiply is another way to repeat something over and over again. Times it by itself over and over. Be prosperous. You're supposed to multiply your prosperity. Not put yourself into a deficit. Multiply. But how do you do this? You got to positively repeat and soak up, seek wisdom repeatedly, daily. Give me the wisdom to get out this day, Lord. Please give me the positive wisdom that I need, that good wisdom. And watch, over time, if you repeatedly ask for that, you can repeatedly do that, things will change. They say God made the world with the word. Things change with the thought, and then comes the word, and then action.